So the topic is a bit about myself and a bit about customize the model-driven app and what is the differences. Maybe some of you were on the Global Power Platform Bootcamp on the in February. So you can you already seen something maybe. But if you're not, I am very happy that you are in here with us. And if you have some questions, please just leave it on the chat, because maybe I will be so stressed that I cannot answer you in the presentation. Okay, I'm taking big breath right now, and I'm going further. So about myself. My name is Magdalena Kączkowska, aka Power Girl, as you can see or maybe heard. The nickname was, I was choose this nickname at the beginning of my road because I was so enthusiastic. I am right now as well. But at the beginning, it was a huge energy, and I am something like ADHD person, so this quite big energy inside me. It was very visible, so I don't want to be, misunderstood, and I'm just let all the people know that I am full of energy, and I'm okay with that. I'm working with data since about 16 years. About 14 years I was working in General Directory of Roads and Motorways. And then I started working in consulting because our colleague Michael Śmieszniak asked me to join his team in Avanade. And lately, actually, at this 1st April, I joined to Reply company to join my further career. Since the beginning, I was start with Power BI, and I was choosing the path to join to Power Apps Maniacs or enthusiast. So, because I know this energy of this community was so near my heart, and I know a lot of people, and obviously I choose this way with my heart, not exactly with my mind. But since then I passed all 4 exams that you can see, all certifications, and a lot of badges. And actually I lately counted those badges, and that was something about 200, that I was really shock, exactly. Privately, I'm a mom of 2 children, and I love do it yourself. That's why my low code and no code. I was working with Power Query, Excel, Power BI, and I am from GIS. I have GIS background. So, and of course, what can I say about myself? That I have this privilege that in last year I was organized this community meetings, which was called Power Platform Online Cooking, and it was really great fun. But about my road, I started to talking about my career path, about that I work with motorways with data monitor, data analyst, and then I know about myself that I am quite. What can I say about myself? That I am problem solver. That I am do-it-yourself person. That I am goal-orientated. I love technology. Always keep in mind on what is new, what we can implement in our work, and of course that I am a community person. That brings me to this situation that I didn't exactly know what can I do with my career forward. I didn't saw anything what exactly I managed, and to give me some pleasure, to give me some vibe to do something more. Although I was starting a Power Apps journey in my latest job, so I was some kind of inventor right there. But then I met I pass at this sentence that if you are doing something the same way, uh, you can't expect different results when you're doing the same way all of your things. So give me a second. So when I actually met people from Power Platform Poland, actually I will start from a course Power Apps and organize this. The people who the organizer. Once again, I will take my deep breath right now. The organizers started a group on a Discord, and after those few years, it was 2021 exactly. We have already right now 4 communities and 1 community orientated with another vendors as well. The largest community is Baltic, of course, and Michael Ziemba, who is actually right now with us. He's co-organizer of this great community, and I'm really grateful that you are in with us right now. But the other growing, the other community are growing, and it's crucial because they are covered over other key areas in Poland. So this is quite nice. And if you are interested, you can join us, on a Discord and find us, of course, on a LinkedIn. I'm telling us, but because I'm actually with all of them. Okay, so what about Magic Path platform? What gives me this vibe to go deeper in this area? Maybe sometimes you heard about that situation that, oh, I know Power Apps, I took this one, I start to develop and I start to take in this serious and my career grows up and all that kind of history. From my side, it was as well something like this, but I'm a woman. I have to watch out for other things in my life, and what gives me this confidence to go further in here was about this 6 topics that you can see on the screen. It's about the female number which respond who ends the IT, who jump into IT world and gained knowledge outside of IT studies, and it was me. Gartner said that they predict that will be a lot of low code, no code environments in the future. Cloud and M365 actually was growing, so the cloud specialists and professionals was needed on the industry. Women in IT in Poland, they are almost 60 or 53% are ending the science and technology studies, but we are not so many in tech world, and that was something which curious me, and it stops me for a little bit, but I thought, okay, so if we are so many on the study, so we are smart, and for sure we will back for this environment if we want to. Citizen developer, as I say at the beginning in here, I was that kind of person. I was doing the job of IT. I was problem solver. I was working with VBA, Power Query, Power BI, and managed the solution for reporting systems for my stakeholders, because no one from IT want to deal with it. And work condition. Like I said before, I am a mom of 3 children, and this is the main thing of my life. So when I start to think about the change, it was crucial for me to choose that kind of path which gives me just for example idea or possible to get balance in my life, to be at home when my children are sick or something like this, and not be without work, for example. And this is the crucial thing from this environment. And of course, I am a community person, as you can see already. So the two things as well give me this vibe to jump into this area, because I love to learning different things. I love to challenge myself, and I love to improve the environment from my stakeholders or the clients, because I know that it will improve them their work, and give satisfaction or costs, and not cost, but they won't pay as many for using this tool. So what I with what I started with my own need, and it was very, very simple. At those days, I was saving, and I was doing do-it-yourself blankets. And when I showing to my colleagues, because I have 7 circles of woman circles. And when I show in my colleagues what to choose, and we spent a lot of time about this one, and they told me, okay, Magda, I would like to see this one. And I was so overwhelmed. And I thought, okay, when I'm doing this application course, I can do this application and, for example, give them a guest permissions. Like, you have a guest, and he's jumping into this application. She's choosing this blanket and sending the information about her email, the phone, and what kind of size the blanket she prefer, and of course about cost, because she has to pay for it, of course. So it was my first idea. And it was challenging, because I was working with Excel a lot, but it was all new. And but I do love this one, because this is very female stuff, and I was so proud of myself. And that was beginning. Then a lot of things was happening, and it is my journey, which exactly I don't remember how many events I was exactly at how many events, but for sure, how as I told you at the beginning, um, I passed 4 certification, about 200 badges. I don't count even my hours about all this data, films, and actually right now, how many hours I spend right there. But actually, I don't know what was wrong with me, but it was very, very. I was very curious about all this stuff. So right now, when I was posting last week about my journey in Avanade, it seems that in here I have 12 presentation outside, and actually it is a second in English. So I am very proud that Sarah asked me to join to this session, and she didn't know how good I am or how bad I am. But yes, I am proud of myself, and thank you for having me here. This is another step in this road. So I have really great people around me, and they invest in our relationship, and I'm trying to give something from myself as well. But and this is my road, of course. I would try to present it to you, and this is something that I want to give you the information, because a lot of people, which I already know from community, gives this feedback to all community. The people are very welcome, very kind, very helpful. And I would like to say something more, because each time when I, for example, at the last presentation, at the last lecture, it wasn't really great for me. I was so nervous. I was messed up, and every links didn't. Open like it should. But people from community, exactly David, told me, come on, you can do it. Close your eyes. Don't watch at this. Go further. Don't waste your time. You can do it. And this is that kind of mindset that it gives me a lot of fuel to do it more. Not because I'm not feel bad, because it doesn't feel good to do something not okay or not perfect, but when you put in your time for deal with something that you cannot correct because it passed, it's not worth your time. So what I wanted to say, that I feel safety in here, that I feel that we have shared values, common good, having a big impact. As I can see how the community grow. Actually, I started my journey with community, and it was uh, exactly. It was about 50 people in there, and right now we are more than 700. I don't know exactly if they're 800, but 700 for sure. You have 4 communities in Poland, 2 big events. I will speak about this later. But I try to give you this information because, from my perspective, when you want to join that kind of community, it's the biggest thing that you can know about these people. That not only they are not just fun, and they are not just open. They really the a lot of things more in here we have. Okay. But as you can see, or as you can already know, I try to put myself as a woman. I try to present that this is topic which is important to me. So actually, when I jump into this environment, I was looking another woman, and this is something which what brings me to the situation that I know if here, I can do it by myself as well. Of course, we have a lot of MVPs in here, but I actually 2 of them at the beginning, they are my colleagues, and they are from Poland. Christine Kołodziejski, I don't have to explain anyone probably in Power Ups community who she is. But yeah, I met her. We crossed each other twice, and she's extraordinary person, and she gives me a lot of fuel. And when I don't have good vibe in my day, I sometimes turn on her, and really it's another spirit comes to me. So what I'm trying to say, that when I notice that there in this environment is it's a lot of women, I know that it's okay for me, and I start to thinking openly, and I start to thinking, okay, what they are doing, I can connect with them, I can share the knowledge, and this is my vibe, that I would like to be as much as they are good, or maybe just similar, or maybe a little bit like them. So this is my vibe for sure. And now we are going straight to this topic about the second topic that we have on this presentation. But I will do one pause and ask you, do you have a question to the first part of this presentation? If not, it's okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so customize and adopt the model-driven application differences and example. At the beginning, when we think about model-driven application, we think that model-driven application is something which is based on the database, because it's already a pre-model based on the bottom this application. So when we jump into the Dataverse, we have, for example, when we start a new one new dataverse, we have two solution at the beginning. We have common data service default solution and the default solution. One is the for learning path, for example, and one is the default solution. We have all components, default components that we can reuse. And for example, when we start to develop this environment, which we put there in our new solution, and in here we have, of course, Baltic, because this is part of the presentation for Baltic. So what is the solution? Solution is, in the simple words, is a package of the components, objects that we want to put in another environment. And it's not always the same. We can just took a part of the solution and, for example, put import to another solution and do another package and just export to our production, or not production, from dev to what to production. And what I wanted to say that at the beginning, when we jump into this default solution where we can just look at what is already developed. For example, in here we have all about 9,000 or 8,000 objects. And what is the main point what I'm trying to say and leave you in here? Because when a lot of people think that when they are just starting to do it, Magdalena, they have to start to build tables, build web resources, choices, and for example, application. But sometimes when you start with Dataverse, not every, because it depends which license do you have, of course. Sometimes you have already developed, you have already model data. And in here, I took for example, 24 tables, which can be present as a not synchronized, but already related with themselves. And you can see how much work is already done and why we are paying for this solution. And for example, I once start to building a model for a client, and we have the of course default solution, and we took about 6 tables from default solution. It was like a usual account, contact, and that kind of stuff. And we add, for example, 4 another tables, and we add then fields and choices and all stuff, and it gives me about 6 hours to develop. I don't know how you are advanced in this work, but for me it was a game changer to look at this, how easy it's to take this part with this solution and go further for the need for our client. Okay, but what about configuration, what to do and what to not do? The main point that I want to leave in here, because all of rest you can just read it, is focus on this objects of this functionality that we have out of the box, because sometimes when we hear from clients about their needs, like providers, like I don't know okay, let's leave it. Providers, if you don't check it on your solution, default solution, if you already have this one, you probably will just jump into this solution and try to add another table. So my main point, at the beginning, just check it what you have. Then, of course, check it what the need from the client is. Consider all process, prototype, test, and all the stuff. And what doesn't do it, what is not necessary to do, is overextend. What I'm putting in here, this one, because actually when I was last week, I was at the Accelerator Architect Solution course, and we faced that kind of requirements from, for example, for some exercise that some table should be added. But when we analyze the situation on our model data, it seems that the data can be stored in table which is already prepared for the client. So when you develop your solution, is really needed to know what do you have, what do you already develop, not to blank put there another thing. And this is the same situation with JavaScript. For example, I am used to think about front-end changes, behaviors of different fields by JavaScript. But everything else, and for sure, the big volume data, you can take and change by plugin. And this is something for now that we have to do by a classic way, but I will told you about something new in here. But this is the different things when we talk about different approach to solution for the client, that choose the right customization, and don't take too big customization because it costs you too much. Of course, do it with your client, customize with model data, and don't forget about maintenance, because the crucial thing about all our work is how this application will work when we are not available. And what is the differences between configuration and customization? It seems like Microsoft give us a definition that it would split this topic for three different sentence, different names, different topics. Okay, configuration, customization, extension. So as you can see, everything which includes writing a code, we called extensions, but some customization can be done by from changing behaviors, and configuration is everything which can be done by no code, for example. But in life, when we don't want to scare the client, we are leaving just two topics, two definitions, because when the client has heard from us the extension, customization, he's thinking that he will pay too much. So we leave two. Of course, this is not only thing, but he can be confused what is what and why exactly extension. This solution is, for example, extension or not customization. So we are living just two ways. Everything which are we changing with UI, and a little like XML toolbox changes, we are called like configuration. And everything where we are adding a code, even it is low code, we are called like customization. Okay. So what about who is doing it? In the process of developing application, and from the beginning, when business analysts are doing their job, they can already maintain all environment and all tables for the clients, because this is just adding new fields, adding tables, or taking those which are on environment, and put for the clients, for example, for MVP as well. And that's why the business analyst at the beginning can be helpful in this one moment, I don't remember this word. Okay, with this subject. But when we jump into this application and we have to put custom UI, custom logic, integration, advanced business intelligence, not only those business intelligence report which can achieved from default views on our forms, different views, because on forms we don't have actually. Okay, those topics are covered by developers who has more advanced knowledge about customization as well. But the last one that you can see, users and business units, security role settings, we are leaving for a system administration, or we call this like it's the task that we usually give for this role. Why? Because when we leave this application for our client, we need to leave someone with client to manage the whole application in the future, who will know about what configuration is on the system, how to add another users, and all of rest. So as you can see, this is the like simple way to split all roles with process of building model-driven app. And what is in here, I think. Okay, what is not supported, because you have to know that if we change something, if we add something, we have to maintains at the end this all solution, and to give information to the client that all solution will be supported from Microsoft. And Microsoft said that it won't be supported customization which is reused of any model-driven JS code or editing solution file. So this is something that we have to remember at the beginning. And examples, pros and cons. Examples customization. I just leave this one because I won't be able to speak about all, as you can see at the previous screen. In here we have a lot of customization or configuration areas. So I will leave only those who are called customization for sure, like plugin, form scripts, custom pages, PTF components, embedded Canvas apps, Power Automate, Cloud Flows, e-business rule. And actually, at the February, when I was presenting this at the Global Power Platform Bootcamp, our colleague told me that classic workflows are deprecated or will be deprecated maybe in 2024. So I just not giving you this information about this one. But what you have to know about workflows, that it was like no code, more no-code Power Automate. It was clickable from UI perspective, logic for different behavior of fields. Okay, so what about plugins? I think that is the kind of king of all customization, of course. And we have plugins work with transactions, and everything which is linked to the table interface at the table, at the database level. And as you can see on this screen, pre or post transaction can be done as well. But what is great thing from some time, and I don't exactly remember how long this solution is included in Dataverse, but for some time we have as well plugin from PowerFX, and this is game changer. I will back to this one, but I will tell you about cons. Requires coding. Yes, this is something which can do only pro developers, and this is hard thing from my perspective. And this is something that if if it's done not properly, it can cost a lot of wrong logic in environment. And for example, we not always can know about wrong that our plugin works incorrectly. And I will leave you in here links if you wanted to explore more, because I exactly done this exercise for this presentation. I won't give you this demo because I done it and it's not going well. Kings of Demon doesn't like me, so I will just give you the information. The classic plugins are doing in C#. And for example, they can do change the behavior of the field and change predefined okay, we have the field that we have defined that where we put information how the field should behave when the user is fill it. So the code can change it in pre-operation and put the data in different way. For example, we can add their logic get another user. We can merge with some Power Automate flows. We can block our fields and do a lot of more information in here, for example. But it's hard, and this is complicated situation. And for sure, CRM Dynamics are using as well. And this is very customized, but it's complicated. And when we are talking about low-code plugins, this is something in preview, as I remember. Yes, and Microsoft thought, okay, plugins are okay, but we have to do it something simple, and that Microsoft done something application like Dataverse Accelerator application, where we can just go in our environment, choose this application, choose which kind of code do we want to manage, instant or automated. We can put in here our labels like input parameters. We can define them, and of course the information about the code I have in here, but I don't see it right now, about custom logic, of course, in PowerFX. And then after run this code, we can just, for example, as you can see, get a notification. We can choose this to push this notification for the user, or different situation we can use this as well. And what is the main thing in here, that we can just take a code like you can see on the bottom and put it on in our, for example, Power Apps, and add the different information, different fields, different customization as well, and we can just use it just like this. And this is very simple, very user friendly. Not, of course, not every functions are available right now, but I think that it will grow, and it will be a very useful tool for the future. Okay, another one customization is, of course, JavaScript. And it's customized business process logic. What is the pros? Acts on a form, and this is great. It's used on events like load, change, and save. It can interact with all elements on the form. Can include error handling, and this is great. can control over the operations, and can be used related record information. And if we, for example, write one script, we can use it on a different places. Like it's simple to use it after one time manage, for example. Of course, requires coding. It's not something that we cannot be. It's something not very obviously. It can be very complex, yes, but not always. Of course, not easy for non-developers. Yes, and spoiler is that kind that if we have simple scripts, we can just put the code on ChatGPT and we can customize it and we can get achieved our goal. But yes, if we have too complicated code, is AI for now. For now, not dealing with this topic so well. So maybe the time will pass. The time will give us the answer in the future, and the solution will appears. Okay, but for example, when we do in JavaScript, how it can be useful. For example, we have a client want a view, and he wants a view which with 3 categories, and he gives us some PNG file and tell us, okay, this will be okay, that will be maybe, and that will be wrong. And give me this field and this file, this images in my category. So we are just taking this file, putting like web resources in our solution, taking XRM toolbox, web resources manager, putting there obviously in previous file that we add in the solution, put the code a little bit and simple, and add it in classic view on a model-driven application. We have to switch to classic and add it on a column. And of course, in column, we have to add this function that we have in our JavaScript. And then after publish, we have this categorized, these images available in this field. And this is not very known information that we can just use it and it will be supported from Microsoft. So if you interested about with this customization, you can go with this link and try to develop. There is step by step that you can use it, not in this scenario, of course, but in similar. And another customization is custom pages. And I really like to work with custom pages, not because they are so canvas similar, but it's something that it's not usual in a model-driven app, and we can do some crazy stuff right there. And what is the situation that we have to deal with custom page, that we have to do it responsible, because when we have model-driven application and we know that our client is working with mobile and normal devices, we have to do it responsible. And in Canvas app, we have to do different. We have to give different parameters. So you have to remember about this one. Of course, for sure, it is simple. Not every function are available, for example, in custom pages, like in model-driven, but and like you can see, it's lack of support in Make Power Apps.com. Limited functionality, yes. Right now, yes, but I hope it will appear more. But from my perspective, when we have Creator Kit, when we can use a lot of function, a lot of things from there, and use Power Effects, is simple and easier to use them. And it's nicer sometimes, because when you're working with model-driven app, it starts to be bored. Okay, so when we have custom pages, we can use 4 types actually. In main page, in center dialog, in sides dialog, in up side pane. And the last one, as you can see, is quite not often, but quite reusable situation, because when you have a view in client's application, sometimes you want to add in a different way. And you put the custom pages in Canvas application, for example. So this is very nice solution. Fourth solution, fourth customization is PCF control. It's PCF framework component. Okay, I have a question for you. How many of you already work with PCF? Power Apps Component Framework. Is someone in here who work with this solution? Okay, Charles, I see. Someone else? Okay, so I'm glad of that, because I do work with them, but only from gallery. So it's very hard to deal with that kind of components from my perspective. And it's when you are using PetServe framework component, you can start at the beginning, and if I can recommend you the source where you can start, Lady PCF, Diana Birkelbach is doing a lot of great job with her learning roadmap PCF. And if you want to start, I really recommend it to go right there and to learn from her. But if you want to just take a little functionality and put in your solution, you can go to PCF gallery, you have link below, and you can find something for yourself and try to add to your own application. But what is wrong with this one? That it's hard coded. So if you, for example, don't find the field, if the PCF component don't find the field like it was called the same in component, it won't work correctly. So I have this situation like you can see in here. This component is working quite nice. And we cannot do it we cannot use it in our solution, because the client, we have another fields and it's not working correctly. So we started to thinking about something else. And in here appears in here we start to thinking about embedded Canvas apps. And this is really great, but from my perspective, I had a problem with saved data. For example, when I was using, give me a second. When I was using something which was changed often in Canvas apps, it could appears like a lot of push to the power to the dataverse, and it seems like I didn't manage with this one, but for sure, when you put in this embedded Canvas apps, you as well have to deal with responsible. Correct me, because I don't have this correct word, please.
Responsive.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is something that you have to deal with for sure, because sometimes you are writing your code, and then when you push your solution to another environment, Canvas apps doesn't behave as we want it to. So it's something that you have to look at. But for sure, it's simple, it's faster, and it's not. You don't need special forces to do it. And like you can see in here, it's pixel perfect control over UI. So yes, you can do a lot of things with Canvas apps. And for example, this is a solution for this control that I cannot use it from a PTF gallery, and I didn't have time for manage with PTF component those days. So I managed with help of my colleague Gosia Kołodziej to do a control from Canvas apps, like you can see, with using properties timer. And it's simple, but it's worked correctly and it's nice. And it cost me about 6-7 hours to do it. Yes, but it was a lot less time consuming than PTF component. So I encourage you to just try to develop this one. And Power Automate Cloud Flows. Probably all of you, give me thumbs up if you work with Power Automate. Okay. 3, maybe the others not listen. But okay. Power Automate is a great tool, and like I told you before, classic workflows are deprecated in solutions, will be deprecated in solutions, and Power Automate Cloud Tool will take this role in environment as well. So, of course, we have instant, automate, and scheduled, asynchronous, and this is something which I could call cons, not pros, because sometimes you want to get faster, your logic appears. Can connect. There is, of course, more than 1,000 connectors available right now. And we can put there complex logic. But they are not part of the form definition, but load after the form has loaded. And this is something that I achieved. I managed with that kind of situation, and a client he doesn't like the solution, and we already jumped to the plugin and to get this correct correct solution to the client. So sometimes it's not it's not that kind of approach that it should be taken exactly. And for example, when we're thinking about Power Automate Cloud Flow, we're thinking, okay, I can do there a lot of things. I can put there a lot of logic. I can put there a lot of steps, and it will be okay. Yes, but when we think about Power Platform, we have to remember that it's business. It's for business. It was designed for business people, so it should be it should manage with simple processes. So if we're doing this our big flows, it's not working exactly like it should be. It's time consuming, and give me a second. And at the end of this flow, we don't get this. We don't go to our need as fast as we should, for example. And another thing, when we are using two triggers for the hours, or for, I don't know, for after five minutes each time, it consume a lot of it costs a lot, of course. So in that kind of situation, it's better to take Azure Logic apps for sure, or take another approach. And we have to remember to put our logic with small steps to get our need. business rules. And business rules, what I would like to leave you in here for sure, that business rules can act on a form or table level, and what cannot do, they cannot act with fields which are not available on the form. So we can hide our fields, we can unhide, of course, but this is something that it's not always very useful, and I'm not very fond with business rules, and I don't know how it's your approach to this one. But I'm not usually doing business rule in model-driven application. So this is, yes, this is another customization that we can give in our solution, but from my perspective, not very often used from developer side. But we can use it, and I will leave you this information of where you can find something more about this one in the future on the bottom. Okay, that was all. And of course, I'm trying to help my friends and give you the information about upcoming events in Poland. Of course, in six days, no, 80 days, we have 7 days, we have collab days. At the end, I would like to I would like to leave you this information because I will be presenting the UI and UX workshops with my friend. And of course, if you can, if you would like to come to our Baltic, our country, and visit,
you time up perfectly.
I am proud of myself, and thank you very much. Do you have some questions?
It wasn't a question, but just to say, awesome session, and something I don't get to say very often. I thought the slides were excellent. You're very welcome.
I have to act very professional. Thank you, Francesco. Okay, come on, guys, something more. Give me some space, some breathe, some, I don't know, hands up or something else.
Nate, you're next, I think.
Yeah, hey, Magdalena, that was great. Thank you. Quick question on PCF controls. Have you had experiences? So something that we've had here in New Zealand is people have used PCF controls from the gallery, and then the creator stops supporting it or something like that, and so they have the functionality to just stop working in production. So it's so we tend to shy away from using the ones from the PCF gallery for that reason. I was just curious what your experience is.
Actually, we managed this one, as you can see, in a different view. We give our clients Canvas app, embedded Canvas app, because we cannot achieve the same goal that the client needs. And at the end, it was very simple. It was changing the face depends from another status. So it was very simple, very useful, and we didn't took a PCF component, not yet, exactly. I didn't work.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
But I can say you one thing, that sometimes clients don't let users, for example, use customization, that kind of custom. For example, my colleague was working with not huge, but a Canvas application for a big company, and they even didn't let him import custom SVG, for example, or icons or something, only default things. So sometimes it depends from clients and maybe some kind of settings on the environments. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. No, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I was so stressed.
You're amazing. Actually, you told me you're not fluent in English, which was an absolute lie.
I'm not, and but I'm really working at this one. So yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Cheryl's got her hand up. Hi, Cheryl.
Hello, Cheryl.
Yeah, hi. I just want to say that was amazing, right? And I was echoing what Sarah's just said. Yeah, it was just so well delivered. Honestly, your English was perfect and you made it flow. And particularly the slide when you were talking about, you know, as a woman, we have all these other responsibilities and it's, you know, we still want to be ourselves, but we have to be professional and, you know, find our place. And I just really loved that because it completely resonated with me. I absolutely could not have put that better myself. So thank you.
I'm so happy. You know, I do found myself when I met Christine like the same, and I was so enthusiastic about her, and I thought, okay, stop being like, you know, stop put yourself on the, for example, sorry guys, on the guy's boots, but come on, you have to agree with yourself, and then maybe all the rest will go further. So I am agree with myself as well.
You got it spot on. I loved it. Thank you.
You're so nice. Okay,
Totally
someone
agree.
else.
Bernie's got his hand up. Hi, Bernie.
Hi, yeah, I
Hello.
just want to echo everybody else. Great presentation, great slides. I just have a quick question, if I may, about the classic workflows. You say they're going to be deprecated.
Yeah.
I hadn't. Is that this year? Did you say?
I will send you, Bernie Niner, I will send you, or maybe to Sarah Jones, information, because this information appears with my knowledge in February, and my colleagues sent me something. And actually today I was trying to find this information from Microsoft, and what I found is only the information about that it's necessary to migrate workflows to Power Automate flows, but there is not information about time.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a second. Maybe I have in my history and browser history. I will check it, and I will send you this right now. Oh, you can give me a second.
If you've got it to hand, stick it in the chat because other people may be interested too.
Yeah, for sure. Great.
But if you can't get it to hand, then don't worry.
I will send to Sarah, and
Yes,
if she will be so kind, she will send you as well the information, or I can just put on the meeting on a LinkedIn.
Yeah. I'll watch.
Okay.
I follow the meetings and stuff, so stick it in the meeting. That'd be great on LinkedIn. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you do
And
that, we're going to, sorry to interrupt, we'll post out the recording tomorrow, and then in the comments there, maybe that would be a good place to put any extra links.
Yeah, anything if you find it, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And thanks again for the presentation. It was good.
Thank you very much for these words. Okay, Sarah.
So, and I did want to agree with Cheryl as a working mom, and I know that there's working dads. Nathan, I know, has got a daughter at home, and is in New Zealand, so he manages to come to these things. But yeah, balance is important, isn't it? And kind of recognizing when you need to sort of step back from one thing. I think if you can get the right balance on everything, but sometimes you do have to step away from maybe this kind of thing, or you're working too many hours,
yeah,
you know, just to keep sane, really.
And you know, at the beginning I was so involved in this all not community as well, but in my grow I was so curious about all of the stuff they was writing on our community, and I was so, okay, I don't know, I want to read about it, I want to know about it, and I was so, I don't know, challenges, I don't know what was on my mind. I was so curious, and I want to talk with them with their language, with their language. So it was really time consuming. Exactly this word I would like to say. Okay, but I'm very proud that you enjoy, and maybe you can take something for yourself for the future. And thank you for having me here. I will go to my family and can just go to sleep after all this stress.
You can't imagine the kids will be back from swimming soon.
Oh yeah, no, it will be loud and okay. So I'm doing.
You'll forget all about this in about half an hour.
Oh my God, 10 minutes left. So yeah.
Oh,
Do you have
okay.
some question? Oh, of course, we can stay in touch if you not already done it. But I will watch you at the further your meetings, because I already watched some, and for example Charles, for sure, it was really nice. I do like it, and thank you for giving something.
Thanks to all of you, honestly, like, you know, regulars or people that just turn up for a one-off. Like, this is, I wouldn't do it if people weren't coming or interested. So it's nice that this thing still has a bit of momentum. But yeah, loads of good sessions coming up. But thank you so much, Magda. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. That 10 minutes, you have that back.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And
take care, everybody. See you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Magdalena. Thanks, Sarah.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.